would enjoy her stories. You ought to pay attention to me. You ought to listen to her stories. They're very good. Well, I don't care what you think. Oh, hi guys. Hi, welcome back to another one of Mr. Scott's Tales and Stories. Got an excellent story for you, and we have another visit from our volunteer reader. And she has with her a readie, somebody who's going to listen to the story, who has their friend with him, just like I've got my friend. He is such a hassle sometimes. Anyway, you ready to listen to a really good story? All right, let's get it ready for you. And away we go.
Hey guys, welcome back. We just have my best friend, technically, Miley. Yep. And today we will be reading another Berenstain Bears book. I got a Clifford, good Clifford. And he's going to be listening, and Miley is too. I'm just going to be reading the Berenstain Bears and the Slumber Party to them while I read. Just think to yourself, just have a slumber party when all this corona gets away. Time to read. The Berenstain Bears and the Slumber Party. Oh, it's an owl. One of the most interesting things about a telephone is that when it rings, you don't know who's calling until you answer it. Sometimes, when the phone rang in the bear's treehouse, it was for Papa. Papa Bear is a furniture maker and customizes, often called by buying a table or a chair. Sometimes it was Grizzly Gran calling Mama about getting together for a visit. This weekend, that will be fine, Gran. When the call was for Brother Bear, it was usually Cousin Freddie with a question about homework. The 15th problem, I got 6.5. What did you get? And then, yes, I think I can handle that. How soon will you need it? You're just sitting there.
She's listening.
Do you like the story, Clifford? I bet you do. When it was for Sister Bear, it was almost always her best friend, Lizzie Bryan. It's for you, sister. It's Lizzie. And Lizzie almost always had some big ideas. A tea party for all their stuffed animals, going to the attic and dressing up in grown-up clothes, or organizing a sortie and using Farmer Ben's old chicken coop as a clubhouse. With permission, of course. It's okay with me, but I think I should warn you. Hey, you! Smells like chicken duty. There you go. But today, Lizzie was calling with her best idea yet. A slumber party. Tonight at your house. Great idea, said Sister. Just a few of my dearest friends, Lizzie continued. You, of course, and Anna, Millie, and Queenie. Bring your sleeping bag, and would you bring your tape player? Anna and Millie are bringing tapes, and Queenie goes to teach us the latest dance steps. Okay. Clifford, I have no idea what you're doing. I'm clapping my hands. I know dogs don't talk. I don't know, Mama Bear said later. You've never slept away from home before. Oh, but I have, proceeded Sister. I Grizzly Gramps and Grans one time for a whole week. That's different, said Mom. Gramps and Gran are family, close family. The Bryans are neighbors, argued Sister. Close neighbors. Oh, please, Mama. It will be such fun. I'm taking my player. Anna and Millie have great taste, and Queenie is going to teach us the latest dance steps. Please, Mama? Oh, I suppose it's all right, said Mama. Come on, let's start getting you organized for the slumber party. I've only had, I think, 2 sleepovers. I had a lot of sleepovers. Yeah, that's when I didn't know you that good. I still didn't. I know. You're only in 3rd grade. Come on. You know, she said as she checked out Sister's sleeping bag. It still has some leaves stuck to it from our family sleep out. Sleeping over at friend's house is kind of a special privilege, and something that goes with privileges is responsibility. Do you know what those words mean? Sure, said Sister. Privilege means being allowed to do stuff, and responsibility means not messing up. Now you remember what your mama told you about privilege and responsibility, said Papa, as Sister started off to Lizzie Bryan's. Oh, I will, Papa, I will, she said. And then brothers just standing there hasn't said a thing. I'm glad you're behaving.
I never liked this story.
I don't think that Owl's looking. But Sister wasn't very far along the road to Lizzie's before she began thinking about all the fun and excitement she was going to have at the party. It didn't take long for those thoughts to push Mama's advice about privilege and responsibility clear out of her head. Another interesting thing about telephones is that they help news to travel fast, especially news about parties. Anna told her other friends about the slumber party, and they told their friends. Millie did the same. Pretty soon, cubs all over the neighborhood were calling Lizzie about asking if they could come to the party. Sure, she said, but bring some popcorn or soda. We don't want to run out. Owl, pay attention. Good, Owl. Too Tall Grizzly didn't hear about the party by phone. He heard about it when he came to the gang. When he and his gang went to show Queenie his new boombox. A slumber party, he said to his pals. Sounds like fun. How are we going to get invited to the girls' party? Asked one of them. We're not going to get invited, stupid, said Too Tall. We're going to crash the boombox all. Later, when the rest of the Bear family had settled down for a quiet evening at home, Mama Bear sighed and said, I'm sure she'll be all right. Of course she will, said Papa Bear, looking up from a magazine. After all, said Mama, Sister is a well-behaved little cub, and Mr. and Mrs. Bryan have a lovely, well-run home and responsible, careful parents. No doubt about that, said Papa, going back to reading. Comment down below if you've ever had a slumber party. I think I have. I know this one has. Me and you are going to have a slumber party one time.
Yeah.
1 month. There was only one problem. Mr. and Mrs. Bryan weren't home. They had gone out for the evening and left Lizzie in the care of a teenage sitter who wasn't much older than some of Lizzie's guests. The Bryans hadn't planned on a slumber party when Lizzie had asked a few friends if a few friends could sleep over. And it certainly hadn't planned to rip roaring, ear-spitting popcorn, throwing up soda, squirting party for half of the cubs in the neighborhood. Because that's what was happening, with Sister right in the thick of it.
Uh-oh.
The only thing that wasn't happening at the slumber party was slumber. There's too tall sister, Lizzie, and I don't know who the rest is. I know that's the teenage sister.
Okay.
And I don't know what the owl is doing. Owl, are you being respectful?
I think Clifford likes this story.
Bears are Clifford's worst predator. Bears are predators. Ugh.
You sure it's not that?
Lizzie's sitter tried to keep things under control, but she couldn't even hear herself over the noise. You never heard such a commotion. Some neighbors up the road had never heard such a commotion either. They called the police. The sheriff sent Officer Margaret to investigate. She reached the Bryant's house the same time Mr. and Mrs. Bryant were returning home.
Uh-oh.
Well, things calmed down pretty quickly after the party was canceled. Parents were called. Lizzie was sent to bed. An angry and disappointed Mama Bear came to take Sister home. I'm angry and disappointed, said Mama Bear as they walked home through the night. After all the things I said, privilege and responsibility. Sister was grounded and sent to bed, doubtfully grounded, which meant she had to stay in her room for a day in the house for a week. A pretty harsh punishment, commented Papa Bear a little later. Not harsh at all, said Mama. You should have seen the Bryant's living room. Popcorn stuck to everything, soda over the place, lamps knocked over. It absolutely discouraged. And after all I said about privilege and responsibility. Sister does have to share the blame, said Papa, but she didn't do it all by herself. It was one of the situations where one thing leads to another and things get out of control. But you know, my dear, privilege and responsibility aren't just for cubs, they're for parents too.
Who are they for?
All stew about, said Mama. It's a privilege to have cubs, and with privilege goes responsibility, continued Papa. So we're partly to blame too. When Lizzie invited Sister to the slumber party, it was our responsibility to call the Bryants. If we'd have found out that they were going to be out for the evening, and the whole thing would have been nipped in the bud. Said Mama thoughtfully. The next morning, she canceled the grounding and took Sister over to the Bryants to clean up. Annie, Millie, Queenie had come to help too. I know what, said Lizzie, as full of ideas as ever. Let's make this a clean-up party. Let's not, said Sister. And if you don't mind, Liz, I don't want to hear the word party again for a long time. The end. I really hope you guys liked it, and I hope Miley and Clifford and the owl.
We loved it, right, Clifford?
Clifford, I really hope you enjoyed this. But bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for
Bye.
watching this video.
Oh my God. And subscribe.
Yes. You guys like that? Excellent. I'm glad you liked that. That was a good story. Well, did you like it?
Owl, please like it.
Al, did you like the story? Okay, he's finally acknowledging.
And
So, now remember, we have to keep our distance here, so you guys back up just a little bit because I don't have my mask on. So he's all the time bossing me around. Well, anyway, remember to come back later for another story. We're going to have some good stuff going for you here real soon with some more guest readers and some more stuff going on in the background too. So come on back and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.